All right, guys. So I'm sure y'all have heard of what people were saying about James Harden, and I'm actually extremely disappointed in him. I'm not gonna lie. Um, if you don't know, James Harden was just at Lil Baby's birthday party in Atlanta. And they were at a strip club and everything, and you were like, "Oh, well, what's the problem?" Well, there's multiple problems. For one, COVID-19 is a thing right now, so if you go out to a strip club, you're gonna have to basically not be around your teammates for 2 straight weeks or around anyone, and have to go through the COVID-19 protocols. Well, he went to the strip club the night before their first practice. The night before, man. I know it was Lil Baby's birthday that day, so it wasn't like he just purposely did it, but still, you know, um, it's just kind of sus and not really professional to do that and have to miss your first practice when you have basically an entire new team. Now, I thought bringing in Wall, bringing in Cousins, bringing in Christian Wood, sending out Westbrook, all that maybe that trade request that James Harden had requested, maybe he'd get over it. He's like, all right, I love the city of Houston. Y'all have changed the whole team again, and I'll try again because I have just as good a chance to win here as I do anywhere else, right? Well, I'm starting to think he doesn't really think that. Actually, I'm starting to think he doesn't really want to win. Because from what I've saw, man, he cares more about money and fame than he does about winning. Even with little baby, it's like he's buying his friend. He gave him $100,000. I mean, I know James Harden's rich, so obviously, if he's gonna give out a gift, it should be extravagant. But from what I've saw in the past, it looks like he kind of has to like buy his friends, and he likes to flaunt his wealth. And that's kind of maybe that's what he wants, man. Maybe he just wants the money and fame, and he wants all the bitches to be looking and be like, "Oh, hey man, like look, I can drop 35 points per game." But because let's be honest, I mean, yeah, you'll get some girls if you win a championship, but you also get some hoes if you dropping 35 a game and winning MVPs. I mean, don't get it twisted, man. That definitely makes a big difference. Don't get it twisted. Of course, the money does too. And I'm starting to think that's what Harden likes, man, and it's over the dedication to winning. Steven Silas, which is new Houston Rockets coach, has said he hasn't had recent contact with James Harden, and he said that he believes James Harden is going over the COVID-19 protocols, but that obviously he didn't even let him know he wasn't going to be attending practice. He just didn't show up. They didn't even know he was out with a little baby until they saw it on social media. He just didn't show up. Then he was supposed to have an individual practice yesterday. He didn't show up with that either. So not really sure what's going on. I know he tweeted a cringe emoji. Not tweeted, but put it on his IG story. So, I feel like he still wants out. I know John Wall said he really wants to play with James Harden, which John Wall says a lot of stuff. He said he really wanted to play with Bradley Beal too. So, um, but I don't think James Harden wants to play with John Wall or the Rockets or any of them. So, if he doesn't want to do that, where do I think he could go? Well, obviously, it's a team we talked about. I mean, I don't really see any fit for him besides the 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets. Now, obviously, the Brooklyn Nets would have to give up just about everything they have besides KD and Kyrie to get James Harden, and they would have possibly the best big three of all time. Like, maybe not in terms of how well they work together, because we have to see about that, but in terms of individual talent. Has there ever been three better guys on the court at the same time on the same team than James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving? I mean, Kevin Durant, Curry, and Klay Thompson were pretty damn close, but not quite. Klay Thompson isn't the caliber of James Harden, and Kyrie, I mean, he's not what Curry is, but he's not too far off. So that could be very interesting. But I think I like the trade to the Sixers better. And what would a trade to the Sixers look like? Well, I think it will be featured around Ben Simmons, obviously. He's even though he doesn't have a jump shot, he can't do all that, he's still a young player, still a building block, and he still has potential to be a franchise leader and a top 10 player. Now, honestly, in my opinion, I don't really see that happening. I don't see him being a top 10 player unless he develops a jump shot. But a lot of people were really high on Ben Simmons, and he would definitely be a great return, man. A great return. I mean, he's an amazing defensive player, amazing playmaker. So I do like those parts of those games. So let's just say they trade Ben Simmons, maybe some salary fillers, make salary cap match up, and like three first round picks. Do you do that trade if you're Houston? Maybe even they throw in Thibault or someone like that. Still, do you do the trade? I'm really not sure. For Philly, I do that 100 times out of 100 just because you know Joel Embiid, he's already in his the prime of his career, I would say, and you can keep on experimenting with the Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid thing, and I do like that. But if you had the chance to get James Harden, I mean, that could be a really good duo between Joel Embiid and James Harden. It's kind of like the Dwight Howard duo if Dwight Howard was healthy. When they play, but obviously he was having back issues and other stuff like that, and he wasn't the same as that player as he was before. But do I think it will be a good fit in terms of winning a championship? I don't know. It would definitely be good for entertainment, fun to watch, a good 50-win team. But does James Harden even help you win? Think about it. He's been on the Rockets since 2012. They've surrounded him with Dwight Howard. They surrounded him with Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook. They've had people like Clint Capella. He's been pretty good on there. It's just they've had a lot of stars with him. They tried a lot of different teams. They've even had that one team with Eric Gordon, Ryan Anderson, all that stuff. They've had like four different styles of teams, and now I'm starting to wonder if he can win or if he even wants to because the only year he had a chance was 2018, and obviously Chris Paul went down with an injury. But every other year he kind of chokes in the playoffs, and I've tried to be loyal to him for so long, and I even was this offseason, but seeing him not being committed to his team and really just sticking the middle finger up to him after they brought in some competent players this offseason, I don't know how I feel about him, man. Let me know how y'all feel. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. But I hope Houston solves this. Either they convince James Harden to actually buy into the team or they get rid of him. I don't know, man. All right, like the video and subscribe if you want to, but peace out. See y'all later.